This is the culmination of Pushpak's experiment on his orthodontic extraction case. This is the teeth on the left. If you recall, he extracted 4 second bicuspids for orthodontic reasons. This is the pan, and on one side he used a gentle wave irrigation, and on the other he used Fotona irrigation. So these are the Fotona irrigations. We've looked at 20. Let's look at 13. That's the periapical. Looks like a fairly standard second bicuspid. That's the cone beam of it. It tested completely normally, of course, and nothing specific on the diagnosis page. Everything was within normal limits. And he used Triton and a 2006 as an instrumentation to the terminus. And he also used Triton and hypochlorite according to his notes. This is what the extracted tooth looked like when I got it in formalin. And we split it sagittally, as is our way, into 2 halves. Those are the 2 halves. We got a fairly decent split. And there was pulpal tissue at the terminal end of it. There you can see it dehydrated. But the vast majority of the canal was very, very clean. There's the hydrated and then the dehydrated. And then playing with the contrast a little bit, you get a better sense of the pulp that was left. But comparing it to the gentle wave case on the contralateral tooth, the Fotona looked much, much better. There was quite a bit of pulp tissue in the gentle wave. If you compare them side by side, it's pretty obvious. So let's do the SEM analysis on one side of the sagittal splits. And we're going to look in areas where there is no pulp tissue, and we get a chance to look at the naked dentinal wall to see what the effect of the irrigation device is. So this is the low power stitched imaging on side 1. And to me, it does look quite a bit different than the gentle wave. There's still a lot of predentin, so it's not demineralized nearly as much as the gentle wave. Here you can see kind of a classic predentin look to it. No pulp tissue at all, but not a lot of demineralization. It looks like all the organic material has been removed. So this is area 1, where we're looking just coronal to where the pulp tissue was. So we get a pretty good look at the naked dentinal wall there. And we're actually in predentin here. So it's predentin that hasn't been completely dissolved away or demineralized. It's worthwhile spending some time going through these yourself. Here we are a little further coronally, and as you look at this, as you go further coronally, there is more demineralization that goes on, but we're still in quite a bit of the predentin that hasn't been completely demineralized and removed. Here we are even more coronally, and you get a better sense for the greater demineralization. You have a lot of open dentinal tubules, and a lot of the predentin is gone. So the effect is gradated, going coronally to apically. When you look at the other side, again, down near the terminus, just coronal to where the pulpal tissue was still remaining. And here you get a little bit different distribution. More of the predentin has been removed, and we're down really into the mineralization front. And this is the first time I've seen dentin look this way. It's actually kind of interesting. You can actually get a sense for how the dentin is formed and created with the collagen fibers, and it's obviously a very organized way, but that's the case. And now we've looked at both the general wave and Fotona sides of it. I thank Pushpak for submitting the case.